Hey guys, so welcome back. So today we have a tool review of the Century Pneumatic 18 gauge brad nailer. Item number is 68021. This is a tool you can typically pick up at Harbor Freight. The average retail price is around $18.99, and with a 20% coupon you can typically pick it up to between $15 and $16. Right? So this nailer will accept nails from anywhere from 5/8 to 2 inch. Again, this is a brad nailer, it's not a finish nailer or a framing nailer. Basically it's designed to do finish work, like shoe molding, crown, base, stuff like that. So the reason why you want to use a brad nailer versus a finish nailer when actually doing finish trim, depending on what you're actually doing, sometimes the actual finish nailer will leave a large hole in the trim that you're using, and if you're going to paint, you have to do a lot of filling of the nail holes and everything else. So depending on what you're actually doing, you may want to use a brad nailer or a pin nailer, because it'll actually leave a very small hole in the trim, whether it be shoe, base, crown, or anything like that. So why don't we take a look at the tool itself. Alright, so there you go. So again, the tool is pretty basic for what you get, but you know, we're really looking at value. So it uses a 3/8 hose inlet. At the depth of the depth adjustment is not adjustable at the tool itself. It's actually something you need to control using your air outlet pressure on your compressor. Basically, for if you want to sink the nail hard deeper into your stock, you're basically gonna increase the pressure. If you want it a little bit more flush, you're gonna decrease it. But as far as loading the gun, and show you how it works. Essentially, there's a trigger right here, spring loaded. So you just press back on it, right, and the slides to the right. Put your nails in, close it, right, and there you go. So again, if you want to eject the nails or check it out, just press on the trigger in the back and it releases, right? Another feature it has, in the event that it gets a jam, there is actually a spring retained clip that you can release on it, and what you do is basically you just, what it'll do is actually shoot out the nails, right? So now if we look, there's no nails in the gun. So if you have a jam in the assembly, you can take the nails out by just releasing that, and everything will come out. And then to reattach it, you just put the hook down, put it back, and what we'll do is we'll put the nails back in. So again, this uses anywhere from 5/8 to 2-inch nails. These are 2-inch nails. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close it. As far as the top of the tool, you can adjust the exhaust on it. So it's basically pointing away from the project you're working on, so you don't get dust and dirt and debris blowing around, depending on what you're doing. It is 360 degrees of adjustment, right? And essentially, as far as anything else that you can do on the tool, that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. So I bought this nailer because I actually did have another brad nailer, and I destroyed it because I put in the wrong gauge nails in it. So I don't do a lot of trim work in my house. Typically when I am doing trim work, it's usually just shoe, crown, or quarter round up in the ceiling. So I don't need a high price gun for what I use it for, and so I bought this for the occasional use. I have been using it in a flooring project in my house, and it's been working great. So why don't we do this? We'll set up a little demo of what you're typically going to use the tool for, and we'll go there. So let's get set up. Alright guys, so this is essentially a demo of what you're going to be using this for. So let's just pretend, you know, these are your studs, this is your base, and this is going to be shoe molding or whatever you're going to be doing for your project. So what we'll do is we'll just get this lined up real quick. Alright, so we're just going to take the nailer. You know, and obviously this is just for the sake of demonstration of the gun, not real construction methods. Obviously, you know, if you're attaching base to your studs or anything like that, you're probably going to end up using a finish nailer with a little bit longer nail versus a brad nailer, just for strength purposes. But essentially, here we go. So what we're going to be doing, this is going to simulate shoe molding against your finished floor, whatever you're doing. And what we'll do is we're just going to and we'll put one right through the center, and it's going to go right through it. Okay. All right. So looking at the finished effect, and you know, so if there is one disadvantage of this gun is, and it's going to be kind of hard to see on camera, but if you look, there's a little bit of a indent in the trim, right, right there and right there. So one thing about this gun is it doesn't have a non-marring tip on it, so essentially that's what you're going to end up with, right? But essentially, for what I'm going to do, you know, I'm going to be painting this anyway, you know, so if I have to fill that in anyway with, you know, with some filler and sand it, it's not that big of a deal. So it's just something to be made aware of. For an inexpensive gun, this is what you're going to end up with. But as far as putting it into perspective, you know, this is just for shoe molding against a finished floor. Once you sand it and paint it, and you know, and you reset the room and put everything in there, you're never going to be looking at this anyway. So set your expectations accordingly. So at the end of the day, do I think this is a good tool for the value, for the money? Absolutely, it's a great value. I would recommend it. So it pretty much closes out the review on this tool. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments box. If you like what you saw, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you as a part of my community. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.